Now, as you've seen at the beginning of the video, I was running around in some long grass. That is on Xbox, so you can put this in on Xbox and PlayStation. So what we're actually going to do now is we're going to show you how to do it, and it's just basically using the new static items, and it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. One thing I will tell you is that obviously just be aware that the grass does have animations, so it may cause issues, it may not. As I say to you, I've got it in my server, I've got 4 or 5 different builds with it, and it runs fine. It really does. I've not had any issues, but all I do know is that when the other servers were putting the snow into their server, it created really bad lag and frame drop, and I've not had none of that with this. So yeah, as always, I'm not responsible for anything you put in your server, and if it didn't work out and when I tested it, it gave any issues, I wouldn't be making a video. So let's get straight into it. So as you've seen at the beginning of the video, I was running around in some nice long grass, and I was able to crouch down and you couldn't even see me. If I lay down, you cannot see anything. Now over here in my Green Mountain build, you'll actually see I've got like a kind of a overgrown feel going on with my Green Mountain. So if we come over here, and if I just scroll up, you see the ghillie guy. I'll give you a little tip. He's right there. So if I actually click home, I'm actually in the grass. So as you can see, oh, I didn't mean to press my Windows button. As you can see, it blends in really well. Stand them up, kneel them down, and if we run over here, it's a little bit thicker over here. So if I kneel down over here, you wouldn't even see me. So you could sit there waiting for people, stand up, bang, 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 and it's that easy to kill someone, that is, from the grass. I mean, it's going to create... I'm going to love to see some of the videos that some of you do actually make using this. So if anybody does use this, don't forget, post a video to my Discord. I'd love to see them. And my Discord link is in the middle of the screen at the bottom right there. So you're all welcome. Please like, share and subscribe. Let's get into it. So first things first, there's 2 ways you can do this. One, you can either paint it using a brush. So let me just file, create a new file. I'm just going to call this test grass. Now at the end of the video I will show you how to upload it into your server. I think everybody's well aware of how to upload a JSON build into your server. So yeah, I'll show you anyway how to do so, but I think everybody's already well aware of how to put a custom build into your server. You put the file into the custom folder, and then you put the file name into your gameplay.json. You have your gameplay enabled. So yeah, let's go straight to it. So what we're going to actually do here is we're going to load up our other build. I know I've already done that one. Why is that not loaded up? That should have loaded in there. It doesn't matter anyway. I'll load Balota up. Right, so we have Balota Airfield. Now ignore the runway. The runways are glitched. The grass flickers through the runway and so on, so I haven't actually got the physical runway in at the minute. I'm going to replace it with a nice road so it looks like a runway. But if anybody else is using any other parts apart from this one, let me know how that's going. As I say, it looks fine on here, but when you actually load it into my Xbox and you run round, the grass flickers through it like crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a little bit overgrown. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. As I say, you can use the brushes. Now if you go across onto the brush, you'll notice that there is one called grass, which won't work on console because it's using builder objects and the builder items don't work. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to load up our Let's cancel all this out. I do need to redo my style for my Notepad++ for JSON files, which I tell you what, I could actually do that in a video and show you how to customize your Notepad++ as well. So yeah, we'll do that. Might not be today, but we will do it. So let me go over here and we're going to open up our editor shortcut. I'm going to load in the brushes. Now what you're going to do is you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to see one called grass, and it's going to have a couple of these like this. And the item that's in it will be a builder object. Now all you want to do is just remove all them and use one of the grass objects that you get within the new static objects. So the one I find works the best is static object mill reinforced tank 1 grass. Now I wouldn't recommend using the paintbrush way. Some people might want to, because it kind of puts in a little bit more than what you'd want. So as you can see, this is your paintbrush, and you would just paint in like that. Now I don't want to do that, because if you are actually aware of the paintbrush, you could actually load a lot more in. Plus it doesn't put it on the floor. I don't know how to get it to put on the floor, but you'd have to do that. And also when you paint it in, it doesn't show up in the list. So we're not going to use that method. We're going to use the normal way by placing them ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and we're going to get the grass, and we're going to go down to here, and is it this one? Yeah, it's this one that I like to use. There's all different ones. So if you wanted to, you could use different ones, but these ones you're most probably going to have to tilt them so they all line up nice and neat, which this one I'm using here is pretty flat. So let me just cancel that like that, and let me just Control A and lock all my buildings in place, and you'll see why in a minute. So for example, if we wanted to make this overgrown, what you would do is you would just paste in your grass, right, and then you're going to drop it down. Now as you're going to notice, it's not exactly flat, so you would need to put a couple of layers in to give the feel that you're after. So here we go, we're going to place a couple of layers in like this. I'm going to select them layers. I'll tell you what we can do, we can actually go down here, click on that one, press shift, click on that one, press Control and C to copy it, and we can paste it again. So as you can see now, it's gone a little bit thicker, and we've used 8 so far. So if I just move this over here a little bit, and just put it so it's not exactly sitting on top of each other, and then just raise that up. Yeah, you can actually see that it's starting to get higher. Now let's just lower that down a little bit. There we go. Now we would do it again, and we would copy that, and we would paste it again. And we're just going to lift it up a little bit more. Now if I teleport to that place, you can actually see that it looks pretty alright. You know, I've rushed the job here, so what I would do is have it so it all sits on the floor at first, so there's no layers underneath it. So when you're in the grass, you're actually in a load of grass. But as you can see here, you've got the effect that you're after. So you was to crouch down in this, you wouldn't be seen by anybody. And if we just come over here, and if I just paste another one, like so, if I just drop that down, you'll see what I mean now. And I've pasted another one, and raise that up, paste another one, raise that up just a little bit more. Now if I lie down in this, and actually lower that just a little bit. Now we crawl around in it. Actually lower that just a bit more. Now we're gonna, yeah, there we go, happy days. So as I say to you, this works fine. I've not had any issues with it, not created any lag or whatsoever. But as I say to you, you're gonna have to get it all nice and neat, you know. So you'd probably want to do something there, and then paste it. Let's just paste another one just so you can see. And I'll just go back into my view. I'll just lower that one just a little bit, you know, just so you can get the fullness. And if you do it right, you'll end up with what I'll show you in a second. In fact, I can't show you because my other build won't load up. I don't know why. So there you go. We've got a little bit of grass over here. Now, if I go over and we show you on a grassy area, in fact, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to select all that. We're going to delete it. And we're going to actually do this properly, right? So we're going to get our grass. And we're going to drop it down to where I'm happy with. So I'll be happy with that about there. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to teleport there and we're going to lay down in it. I think that looks pretty okay. So we're just going to go home again and we're going to paste another one. Oh, that was about 8. So we're going to paste another one and another one and another one. We're just going to paste a couple. So we're going to paste them around the area that you want. Like so. And then you're going to go over and select them all. You're going to copy that and you're going to paste it again. And you're going to raise it up. Now we're just going to click on home. I'm going to lie down. There we go. That looks fine. And we're just going to copy that one more time. Paste that like that, and we're going to raise it up even more. And as you see now, we've got the effect we want. The grass looks absolutely fine. You can't see underneath it, you can see through it, and it's about knee height. So I'll tell you what I'm going to actually do. I'm going to actually do one more. And we're just going to raise that up to about there. Now if I click home, as you can actually see now, we're now in long grass. Obviously bear in mind the edges, you will have to work on the edges just to get them nice and neat. As you can see now, if we go into the grass, it's really thick and it hides you quite well. So this video doesn't get too long, I'm just going to quickly show you what it would look like if we completely cover this area. So let me just remove that one so it's not touching the runway, and we're gonna go and copy our objects and we're gonna paste that like this. I'm gonna paste that like this. Just gonna do it a couple more times. Now, as I say to you, it will take quite a bit of grass if you want a really fullish feel. I've not had any issues, as I have said. Just be careful. If you do go over the top, you are going to cause an issue, I'm guessing. But I would love to see your videos of how much grass you put into your server. I'd love to see any kills that you get when you're within the grass. But yeah, this is basically exactly what you're going to get, and you would physically have to run around and open your menu to look for items. So for example, if we go in here, it's all overgrown, the grasses grew everywhere. You could actually remove it so it's not inside your buildings, but as you can see here, we've got the long grass. And for those asking, is it a mod? No, it's not a mod, it's just a static object that you're going to place using JSON. So there we go. That is how it's done. Now let me quickly, if it will load up, let me show you my server grad build. No, it's not going to load up. My editor's being really funny, it's being really picky on what build it's going to let me load up, but oh well. And cancel that. I'll tell you what we can actually do. So we can actually go like this. And let's see whether this works. The JSON file, I think it is. I'm going to copy this. I may need to, because I've transferred the files over, I may need to just restart my editor for it to work. But file, import from object spawner. No, it didn't load it in. Oh well. So we do this now. Where is that? I do not know where that one is. It's over here. Oh. And now it's not letting me teleport my guy there. Okie dokie. We're gonna go home first. Might have to actually go. There we go. So if I go over here, we got Map Bebo. We got some little grass outside Map Bebo that I just dumped in as the test file, but as you can see the layers weren't right, so I didn't bother putting it in. But you could actually add this to many different places. So for example, if you wanted to, you could go into your map. You could actually copy a couple of pieces from your map. Or you could do it from the menu. May as well just do it from the menu. Let's just grab it from the menu. Say about there. We're going to come back out of the map and we're just going to paste that in. So as you can see, if we was to just completely flood this area, and as I say, I'm just showing you as a test. This is not going to be getting uploaded into my server, but this is just literally a test. Let's just put this here. Let's just enable our ground mode. You could actually cover a complete area if you want, but obviously do not do what I'm doing here, because I'm just placing a lot just to show you, like, well, let's just go wild, eh? Let's just go wild just so you can see what kind of effects you're going to get. But I would seriously not recommend doing it how I'm now showing you. Don't just place this many of them. Do it nice and evenly, take your time, space them out. But you could actually end up with an effect like this. You're going to run into a place and it is completely overgrown. I mean, I think I've took the piss here, haven't I? I've gone a little bit over the top. But as I say, I'm just showing you what it's like for when you're actually inside the grass. Now I'm lost. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get out. There we go. We'll just keep running until we get out. But yeah, that's basically how you could do it. Just don't go that far. Don't go completely mad like I just have. I am not going to be loading that into my server, so do not worry about that. I'm going to actually load a different file up, and we're just going to show you now. If I just reload my Green Mountain build. There we go. We've now got our Green Mountain build here. Lock all them into place. And what you're actually going to do now is you're going to go over and press File. You're going to press Export. You're going to export to Object Spawner. Now what I would normally do here is do it inside my custom folder, but I've already got this loaded into my server, so I'm just going to do a different file so I can remove the file. And we're just going to call this test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. We're going to export that. Now we're just because I've got custom buildings around as well, we're going to actually show you the XML version as well. So we're going to export the map group pos, and we're going to click on our JSON folder. We're just going to remove the .json from the end, and we're going to export. Now that is the end of the editor session. So what we would then want to do is we would then want to go over and open up our editor. Location, the file, I have mine on my desktop. I just create a shortcut to my desktop, and then what we would want to do is open up our server files, and we're going to go into our, I'm blind, gameplay.json. Now as I said before, I'll do a video on Notepad++. I'll customize this so it looks a bit more better, easier on your eyes and easier to spot mistakes. But for now, I'm just going to copy one of these. I'm going to paste that there like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to go over and get your editor name. Your file name, sorry, from the editor. That's what I should say. Copy. And paste in. So that is the file name. Probably should put this here. So we're going to actually copy that now. And do this, replace that file name with that, so it's got the little line here, so there's no breaks in the name. I don't know if a space, I've never put a space in the file name itself, so I don't know whether it counts or not. But that would be how you would upload it into your gameplay.json. You would then save the file. And now what you want to do is you want to open up your map group pos file. And once you've opened up your map group pos file, you're going to want to open up the one you've just extracted from the editor, which is the XML one. And then you're going to copy all these names. And I'm well aware of removing the ones that you don't want to use, so I'll show you that in a second. So we're going to copy all this, and we're going to paste that into there. And then we could just page up so we'll get to the top. And where was that at? Oh, the test. We'll just put test, and then just give it a name inside a comment. And then what you would want to do is you don't want to have all the static objects loading. You don't want the server trying to load stuff in, then coming back saying, oh, there's no proto set for these positions. So what you do is you just go through and just remove the ones that you don't want to be using. So for example, we got land container there, we do. So we're going to remove all them, and then we're going to then find the ones further down. Or you can just click on the number on the side and remove them that way. And then once you've done that, you're going to save your file, which I'm not going to do right now. But you're going to save your file. And then you're going to go over and open up your server. And you're going to upload the custom build into the custom folder, as you can see. So you're going to upload that into there. And then you're going to go back into your files. And you're going to upload your new map group pos file, which would go into there. So you're going to go into wherever you've got your files, and you're going to reload your pos file in. The 6th, yeah, we've not made no changes, so I will upload it just to show you. And there you go, that's now being put in. That is now being put in. And on our general, we have gameplay enabled. So yeah, that is how you would create grass in your server. Just don't go over the top, and if you do, let me know how it's getting on. As I say to you, show me your pictures and videos. I'd love to see them, and I hope this helps you a lot. See you soon, guys.